I think just the unfairness of it all. You sort of greet with just complete disbelief. And as much as it's, devastating for friends and family, even parents, like you just can't help but feel as though it's just completely unfair. You have to sort of cast your mind back. It was midsummer in early January. We were on the Mornington Peninsula as a family having a holiday. Word comes through that Will had an accident. He'd broken his neck jumping off the pier at Blackrock and was in intensive care at the Royal Children's Hospital. The diagnosis was that he was quadriplegic and had a vertebra removed. That in itself was just almost impossible for all people who knew Will, including the kids, to deal with. We all started thinking about, well, he's not going to be coming back to school, and then you start turning your mind to, well, there's a football season coming up, what's all that mean? The first training session, all the boys come down and you don't really know what to say other than Will's not here. He's obviously had a bad accident. We've now got to just get on with playing footy and really treat the season just like it's any other season. Because the one thing I didn't want to do and I didn't want the kids to feel was that somehow they had to do something special or somehow they had to feel guilty for playing footy and when Will wasn't there. I think we achieved that because kids being kids, boys being boys, they actually love playing footy. So it's amazing how the one thing you would think would heighten the sense of what had happened actually was the best release for what had happened.
When the incident happened, it hit the club very hard. Will was well known within the club and well regarded. His father, Nick, was a coach and they just won the premiership in the previous season. When the news came that Will had seriously injured himself, it was devastating. We reached out and virtually immediately we had a response. We were able to sit down and have a chat and understand exactly what Sports Chaplaincy Australia people could do.
We had a counselling session down here, and at the same time Andy was introduced to the group, basically introduced as a chaplain and in a support role, and that if the boys ever needed anyone to speak to, open up to, didn't matter what it was, but Andy's here, he's here to help. And since then he's literally been here every Wednesday night and he's been there for every game.
We just knew we could go to him anytime. He's easy to talk to. The boys didn't have him. I think that they would have struggled. They've done really well this year as a group, and I think they would have struggled to know what to do with the feelings they were all going through. It could be your own issues at home. Like, it doesn't have to be just from the incident that happened. And if kids are having issues at home or school, they can go to someone who's not a parent and just bounce things off them, and he's very well educated and obviously known how to handle children. So yeah, absolutely. I think it's really good to know that he's here.
I think sports clubs are already incredible community hubs, and there are lots of people in sports clubs who care for one another really, really well. ClubCare isn't about doing something that is not already happening in clubs. It's about providing an extra layer of support to people like presidents and secretaries and coaches who, I guess, don't expect to be dealing with huge crises in their club. We're there to provide that extra layer of support and care for people in a time of crisis.
We couldn't be happier with the support and assistance that we have received. The ability to turn to an organisation like Sports Chaplaincy Australia to assist in just guiding you through those early stages and then also focusing on the welfare of the rest of the team of players was important, and I think was important for us from the point of view of providing sufficient support and welfare for the parent group as well as the playing group.